Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Kingdom 3, a Japanese action film from 2023 that was directed by Shinsuke Sato, a man who has given us a plethora of entertaining movies over the past decade, which include I Am a Hero and Inuyashiki, among others. He also directed the first two Kingdom movies, of which this is a sequel. And by the way, do not confuse this franchise with the Kingdom television series, which is a Korean production about a zombie outbreak. These have nothing to do with one another, although the K-drama is very good, by the way. In any case, I enjoyed both of Sato's first few Kingdom films, and there's a review for each of them on this channel. Now, I did enjoy the first film more than the second, but the second one is still good. So how does the third film compare to those? Let's find out. The following plot synopsis was paraphrased from Asian Movie Pulse, a good website if you want to keep track of recent releases. So Kingdom 3 is split into multiple parts, with the first focusing more on the characters and the second on the battle itself. While Shin, played by Kento Yamazaki, is training under Oki, the best general in the world, the powerful neighboring country of Zhao suddenly attacks Shin. Within the palace, Eisei, played by Ryo Yoshizawa, has to deal with inner politics, as Ryo Fui, who obviously commands much authority within the council, is promoting his own man, General Mobu, as the one to be in charge of the defense of the country, and things move on from there. So near the beginning, there's a quick summary in this film of past events related to our main character, and the visuals are like stone statues that reenact battles. It's pretty cool. Now, while watching Kingdom 3, I will say, it does have some similarities to the first film of the franchise in terms of setting everything up near the beginning, dramatically. All right? It has some legitimate character intrigue, which I thought the second film lacked a bit, and Ryo Yoshizawa has more screen time here, and I think the film benefits from it. In my opinion, he's the better actor when compared to Kento Yamazaki. I like the way that Ryo expresses his emotion, and we get a nice chunk of runtime dedicated to his backstory in this one, which is beneficial to the overall story of the franchise, and it's more dramatically compelling than most of the stuff from Kingdom 2, in my opinion. I like some of the other story elements as well, like the bond between the younger warriors and their distinguished commanders. There's like a master, well, almost kind of like a general lieutenant type vibe going on, where the younger guy's trying to earn the commander's respect, and that's always, those moments have a very traditional feel to them that I think works very well. I also appreciated the mysterious generals or war tacticians who are leading the enemy, since they say in the movie that the enemy has been lacking in impressive leadership for years, so this current act of aggression from them means they must have found or recruited some talent and kind of up in their game again. Now, one general is this dude named Mangoku, who has like long white hair. Looks to be, I mean, he looks like someone from like an anime or a Final Fantasy game or something like that. Even his sword has like a bizarre shape to it. He only gets a few minutes of screen time in this, but you gotta assume, I mean, he has to be one of the main villains in the next film, of which, they filmed or are filming now. Or it's coming out soon, The main enemy general for this movie, who's the prime target for our protagonists down the stretch, is like highlighted during the big final battle. And I liked him because he had very specific strengths and weaknesses as a tactician, and they play on that. And then there were some other surprises near the end that gain anticipation for the villains of the upcoming sequel, and you get a little bit of hype at the end of this movie, which is nice. Now, the effectiveness of the story and characters give the action scenes an additional boost of intensity. It's not just about the choreography of the scenes, because you do care about what's happening. And the first action scene occurs really near the end of Act 1, so to speak, and it's a good one. Enemy soldiers are on horseback, pursuing Ryo's character with some supporting characters attempting to keep him alive. And they're in like a horse-drawn carriage. And most of the stunt work in that scene is practical, and there's some good suspense and tension. You already know that Ryo survives because it's a flashback, but you're concerned for the other people who are protecting him and hoping that they survive as well. The middle section is primarily dedicated to like preparing for war, and it's pretty interesting. I especially like the pre-battle scene where Kana Hashimoto's character is being educated on battlefield tactics, as well as the number of soldiers on each side and their positioning at the start of the battle. And it gives a nice summary of like the scope of the battle to come. And then we get the battle itself, which is very entertaining. None of the battle strategies in this film are especially new or brilliant, but there are some visually exciting side angles of the camera rolling as our protagonists are literally running through enemy defenses. So the protagonist commander does a little misdirect at one point, and you basically have this group of our main characters who have to use a mix of tactics, agility and dodging, and precise fight maneuvers to kind of slide through the opposing forces in order to kill their target. And it's a big, like, fun sequence, and it works very well. There are some, unrealistic jumps and abilities that come out during these scenes, but this movie franchise has always been like a souped-up historical epic, so I would say that the action physics and design are consistent with its predecessors. So, with all of that said, I very much enjoyed Kingdom 3. I think it's a legit crowd pleaser, arguably the best of this franchise so far. I would say it's at least as good as the first film, in my opinion. And I would say that definitely you should check out this trilogy. All 3 films, I believe, are still on Netflix. I watched the third one on Netflix. I think the first 2 are still on there. They should be easy to find. So if you haven't seen them, check them out, and I guess we have a 4th film to look forward to. And as always, I'll see you next time.